Hey folks, please enjoy this clip from our show, which you can find every single day at 4 p.m. Eastern exclusively on Rumble. We've been doing the best shows we've ever done, completely free of censorship and on a platform that actually supports us. You can also support us on Locals, where you can access a ton of exclusive content, movie riffs, as well as an archive of over 1,000 full episodes going back as far as 7 years. We've also teamed up with Merch Engine to bring you a new lineup of really awesome quality shirts, hoodies, and now even hats. So come check out our untethered, uncensored show on Rumble every single weekday at 4 p.m. Eastern. You stupid idiots.
We are joined, took a while to get him on, but we appreciate him coming on. Dr. Mike Israetel, how are you, buddy? Thank you for being on.
How you doing?
What's up, guys?
Great to see you.
God, I love that chair.
Yeah.
I like the chair.
Nice...
I like his very relaxed vibe. Like, I need that. Is it the chair that's making you this calm?
Just the chair.
Just the chair. Just calm. Chilling. Thanks for coming on, man. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. What's going on, fellas?
I will say that I have met you once in Dragon's Lair in Vegas.
Yep.
I was up there for a wedding, and I was like, I gotta go. I saw you were there. I gotta go work out. You're a very nice guy, and you took time to take a picture with me, so I do appreciate it.
Oh, well, that's all fake. So
oh, that's not
now
real.
You get the real me.
Yeah, the real you is not nice. That's nice. This is the one I preferred. Yes. No one likes us either. It's okay.
It's a very deep, calm voice. Like, if this guy called me and threatened me, I would be fucking terrified, even without even seeing him.
Like a Taken situation.
Yeah, like if it's like, look,
after I threatened you, I would like calmly relax you so you could go back to sleep. It's like, it's okay, buddy. I'm just having a laugh. It's all right. Go back to sleep. And you're like, that was a great threat.
Kiss him on the forehead. Have a good night.
Don't do it again.
Don't do it.
You're like, okay, I won't. I don't even know what I did, but I'm not going to do anything anymore.
Yeah, man, big fan of your videos, dude. I gotta say, you've been a big inspiration for me with in terms of my weight loss stuff, and it's really cool to have you on. I'll tell you how I found you. I found you when you criticizing celebrity workouts.
Okay.
those have been, and then I started watching all the other stuff, but those have been just amazing. And I think my favorite one was the Kim Kardashian one.
Oh, jeez. What a disaster that
I'm not
was.
familiar with this. Fill me in.
Okay, so Kim Kardashian, well...
You don't want to be familiar.
You don't want to be familiar. She's selling like this weight loss thing, and she's doing these little like 2-pound weights and doing it's really
like the ones like the old ladies walk at the mall with.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
But the extra irony is that she's not using them in a way that even properly would use them if they were heavier. Like, it's just in ways in which gravity doesn't point, and the muscles she thinks she's training are not the muscles that she's using. Like, I think at one point she has the weights out in front of her, and she does this, and then that, and she's like, this is getting our back stronger. And I'm like, no,
Wait,
lady.
what?
Yeah.
Your back only works if there's something resisting it. You can move technically 10,000 pounds this way, that way. It's the up and down that's tough, and your shoulders are doing that part. The whole thing is just full send. Like, we just need to make a workout video. It doesn't matter what it's like. Just start rolling the camera. Kim, make sure you look cute. Let's just print money.
Yeah, I did see her up and down, but that was in that video she made that got her famous, and she's very good at that. Now,
my man, is she really though? From like a technical perspective,
you would you though? You would, right? You would. You have to, right?
Well,
for the story.
So, I mean, look, I am pathetic and I never get laid, so I absolutely would beg, but that's not really saying much. My real question was like, was she good at the thing? Because like, you can be Hollywood and hot and be in an adult film, and then the appraisal could be like, clearly this is not your job. There's a lot of ball cupping you missed on. There's a lot of taint attention. The taint exists, lady, and you do have fingers. Is this the kind of show where I can say shit like this?
We're on Rumble. We got kicked off of YouTube. We're on Rumble. We could say whatever we want.
Anything.
Oh,
anything
word up.
Yeah,
Rumble it up, fellas.
Yeah, this place is...
I gotta say, I did see the Kardashian video. There was also a distinct lack of like twisting on the dick while you're getting, you know what I mean? Like, I like girls that do a little twisting.
You like an Indian rug burn on your penis?
I want you to know. I mean, after you get it all slobbered up, and then I want you to treat my dick like like one of those pepper crackers. At an Italian joint.
Yeah, I always tell people like I've lifted weights for a long time. I jerk off all the time. You're not gonna hurt my dick. Like, I've grabbed it harder than you will. Put some goddamn elbow grease in that motherfucker, bitch. If you're trying to turn me on, I gotta know you mean the shit. You don't just, it's not a cold, dead hand. I mean, that's also hot, but for different reasons.
It's like an unenthusiastic Paris Hilton blowjob that she gave.
I love it, dude, but bro, that like blonde fucking bimbo that's like eye rolling and she doesn't even care about you, that's so also hot for different reasons. Like, I love the unenthusiastic lazy bitch blowjob. Sign me up.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to a strip club.
I don't like when they close their eyes though and they like peck at it like they're afraid it's going to explode like a cartoon cigar. And you're like, relax.
That's your problem, bitch.
We're
Do your job.
We're probably going to be
race car drivers don't close their eyes when they drive, even though it could get in a crash. Open your eyes and let me nut in them.
Even if they're Asian, though, I kind of feel like they have to by nature.
Name great Asian race car drivers. Go.
Bro,
name any race car drivers.
Hold on, I do know. Well, Dale Earnhardt's dead. Dale Earnhardt's dead.
Oh my God, the most white trash thing you could have said.
No,
you did.
Oh no, that's
not NASCAR. Real racing.
Oh, like
I'm kidding, NASCAR fans, don't kill me.
Like F1.
F1.
I mean, I'm assuming it's like Bippity Boppity Boopity, like some Italian name. Am I close?
Oh yeah,
Jean
Mario
Debris.
Andretti. It sounds like if he made like a pasta sauce, he would also buy. He'd be like, sounds fucking good. Bro.
Mario Andretti has like a go-kart place. We're in Orlando. So like we're
okay,
like,
that sucks.
Yeah.
Not really.
No,
I've been to Orlando, fellas. I'm from the Detroit area, so please assume all isn't good fun here.
God. You're not going to
throw
us.
glass houses at you.
Are you still based in Detroit?
I mean, okay, so in Detroit, I am not and have never been. I am in the metropolitan Detroit area. I'm in a not even suburb, 20 miles away from the suburbs. Yes, we're based here. It's great. There's no crime. It's awesome. The Detroit itself is like, yeah, but there's no analog in Orlando because Orlando is dope, but I haven't ever really seen that many white trash people at the same time outside of like Oklahoma.
Okay, so you've been to Busch Gardens. I know.
Oh, yeah.
That place.
Those are my people. I'm at home with them.
You know why I love Busch Gardens? It's the only place at the top of the roller coaster you'll see like a KFC. And you're like, oh, where am I? The immersion is completely gone. America, fucking goddamn it!
See, I live between Orlando and Tampa in a town called Lakeland, where everybody is a wigger felon with a gun on them.
Oh, and that's actually true.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, they all have guns on them. They all listen to Jelly Roll. You know what I mean? Like it's,
yes,
that's my people.
Are these white dudes that will say things and pronounce them like, "Come on, baby"?
Yeah.
And you're like, you sound more Ebonic than black people. Shut the fuck up. We know you're overcompensating. Yeah. It's getting embarrassing.
Yeah, and they all look like Kenny Powers, but they say the N-word with the A at the end. You know, like they all think they're like hood rats. You're like, you look like Kenny fucking Powers.
Bro, but some of them are so hood, they'll drop the N-word around black people, and you look around and nobody bats a fucking eye.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you're from the culture.
Yeah,
no, you earn it.
The black dudes are like, oh, yeah, he killed somebody, so he's cool.
Yeah,
it's
he's
fine.
in our gang.
The rule of thumb generally is if you're a white guy and you were like so fucked up, like your life is that fucked up, yeah, they let it slide because they're like,
because they know you have nothing to lose. Like, what are we gonna do? Beat the guy up?
Yeah,
Look, life's beat him up already. Holy shit!
Black guys are like, this guy has no systemic power over me. Like this guy has no privilege whatsoever.
You drop the N-bomber on black people. One of them just comes up to you, pats you on the shoulder. She's like, "It's gonna be okay, man." You just start crying in his arms.
You're like, "Nah, he's my homie, man. We bunked together in jail, so we're cool, man."
But dude, have you been watching the Olympics at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of the boxing thing going on with the female boxer?
You guys got to be real careful about the shit. I knew you alt-right motherfuckers were tripping your
Whoa,
own goddamn
we're not
spokes.
alt-right.
Hey, first of all, I've got money on the tranny, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm rooting for the tranny.
Win, goddammit. Yeah. Do what biology made you. She loses, you're like, oh shit.
You're not going to stop World War III. You might as well buy Raytheon stock. And that's how I look at this tranny boxer. You're not going to beat her, so put money on her.
Be smart.
You're watching World War III live, like the Raytheon factory just got destroyed. You're like, oh, goddamn it, even that hit me.
Christ.
No, it's great because then the price of helicopters goes up.
Oh, that's true.
dude, you got this hedged against itself. You're like, look at us, we all die. Your boy's making money from World War III. It turns out, my recent intel report is that woman that looked a bit masculine that people said was a dude is actually just a woman, and people just concocted that it's got XY chromosomes out of the ether.
I heard that too, but just right before the first hour, the guy from the IBF came out and he openly said the blood tests show that these two are this is the guy from the IBF just said it, they are both males. That's what he said. He said according to the blood test is what he said. So again, you might be right.
There's a blood test for gender?
I don't know. I'm telling you what he said. I don't speak.
Sounds fucking.
It sounds,
I don't know what the. I don't know. Listen, okay, I'll give you the rundown. You asked the question.
Sure.
I'm going to stop crawling up your ass, calling you all right. All right. If it's okay. You fellas still on?
You're good. You're good. Sorry. You're good.
No worries. If it's okay by the Olympics and it's according to their rule set, those people are counted as female, fucking awesome. Beat them bitches ass. Hell of a fucking biological dude decking a bunch of hoes. I love it. Sign me up. Fucking you bitches wanted gender equality. That's what you hoes wanted. Now you got it. So that's on the one hand. If it's a rule violation, any kind of cheating in sport is fucking lame. And it's just like, what are you doing? It's just fucking embarrassing. So if they're cheating, it's fucking lame. If it's by the book, I don't have a problem with the athlete. If they said I could be XY and beat up a bunch of XX bitches, I'm gonna sign that fucking contract. I don't give a fuck. Now, the problem we could have is with the Olympic Committee, and then we could do all that fucking they're insane leftists and gender is not just a biological construct. I'm down with all that. Biology is real. Men versus women in a fist fight's really fucked up. But again, if everyone signed the fucking dotted line and they know what they're getting themselves into, hey, fucking hoorah, let's see some fucking heads roll.
See, it's funny. You would think that that's what we'd say, but actually what we've been saying is a win for the fellas. Like, I mean, this is the fellas. The fellas are winning here. What are you going to do?
Like, I call I'm a bit left of center to you guys comparatively. I don't even know. I have no idea your politics. If someone identifies as a female, like, I just call them she. It's just fucking convenient. The real world works great. Fundamentally, is it a she? No, it's really a he. I don't give a fuck. Like, I just call him a she. So I'll just call that boxer bitch that's really a dude a she. If she walks off that stage, you see a bunch of guys come up to her in like MAGA hats and muscles. She's like, uh-oh. They're like, bring it in here, fella. You fucking did it right for the men. She's like, all right. Woo! Bring me more bitches to knock out. You feel me, fellas? She's really like, we're living vicariously through her because if we could be up on that fucking boxing ring, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'd gas out in about 2 seconds and that bitch would knock me the fuck out. Dead. But in some sense, if I was also a good boxer, I'd love to just fight women. I mean, Jesus, like, who wouldn't? It's just, it's like fighting children or babies or animals that are defenseless. Like, amazing. I play all video games on easy, so I'm used to it.
I honestly have been saying, I think this is a great thing because women are the ones that kind of ushered in these policies. To me, it looks like, to me right now, society is like a jar. And women can't open the jar, and you just when your chick's trying to open a jar, and you're going, "Would you like me to help?" And they're like, "I've got this," and you're like, "All right, let me know. I'll step in at any moment, and we'll nip this tranny shit in the bud. Would you like some help?" Eventually, after 10 more years of this, these women are going to be like, "Fine, I can't open a jar. Can you help?" And then it's like, "Okay, we're now making this illegal, but you have to give up your right to vote." And I think that's the fair. That's how we do it.
Well, I think most people should give up the right to vote, but that's not here nor there.
Well, I think that it's all fake and gay anyway, to be honest with you, because at this point, the intelligence agencies control the fucking government, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I have a fucking hot take on that. You fellas ready?
Please.
Okay, sure. Hit me.
Good. Intelligence agencies are composed of 2 types of people. Really, one type of person that has 2 qualities. People that understand geopolitics and smart people. I want them running the world more than I want fucking regular democracies. Look, real talk. A huge fraction of the United States thought that Biden straight up stole the election from Trump. And every piece of empirical evidence we have says that absolutely didn't happen. But don't worry, fellas. It turns out that in the 2016 election, when Trump won, an even bigger fraction of Democrats thought that Trump stole the election from Hillary in the same fucking way. And they're also insane and also crazy. I don't want those people to vote on fucking what we should do with Russia and Ukraine and how you approach Taiwan and China. I want the fucking CIA in charge. As long as they give us our fucking liberties, if I can buy a fucking bazooka, if I can fucking show up half naked to the store, if they don't take all of my fucking money in taxes and get some goddamn wealth production going, I love the fact that the CIA runs the world. As long as it's not the KGB or the FSB, it's not as long as China's people, hell yeah, CIA all the fucking way. Fuck democracy. Singapore does not have a democracy. There's just one team of people running the motherfucker. And it's better than what we got, fellas. Do you look at your fellow man, you look at them people on the left and on the right of you, fucking missing teeth and fucking gangbanger, hood rat motherfucker. Those people vote. You guys like them fucking, you don't, not in charge in America. It's everybody. There's a lot of dumbass, ignorant fucking people that are rocking the vote all the way to the fucking bottom. So fuck them. I love the CIA. And as a matter of fact, CIA is probably listening to this, you guys.
Oh, no, they definitely are.
I hear you, but as far as the CIA goes, like, oh, I don't mind them running things as long as they aren't, doing all this stuff. The problem is that like they're not letting us have any of that stuff. Like we are broke.
What stuff?
We are broke. We can't have bazookas. We can't go in naked to the stores. So I mean.
Damn it, that's true.
It's like, yeah, I don't mind as long as we have our liberties. And it's like, okay, but the CIA's running things and we don't have any liberties anymore.
I mean, we're in Florida, so I think we can have a bazooka, but other places.
You're like, actually, we can go to the store naked too. As a matter of fact, in Florida, we have all of those things.
We could drive to Florida in a tank. I'm pretty sure we're allowed to just show up.
You can buy a tank in this state.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
No, you really can. In Florida, you're allowed to buy a tank as long as it can't shoot things.
Yeah, as long as it can't shoot things.
Wink.
You know what I mean? That's a fake gun, fellas.
I do it like Lord of War. I just take all the stuff off that can shoot things in case anybody comes to inspect it. I'm like, no, it's not attached to the tank. Legally, it's not a tank.
Yep. 100%.
So here's a question I have for you, because we had I don't know if you know who that is. We had Raw Egg Nationalist on our show a couple of years ago. And he's just.
I didn't think that was a person that like revealed their face. I thought that was
he did. No. He came on just with his voice, and but he was just. They just doxed him.
Yeah, somebody
recently.
doxed him, so then he just started taking a bunch of shirtless pics.
So what is he? Is he like a white dude? Is he American?
I would say he's a white. He
pronounces fucking vitamin as vitamins. Of course, he's white. Only white people would say vitamin.
That means he's probably British or something.
He is British. He's in pretty good shape too. To be fair, he's in pretty good shape. But when he came on, he was talking about, and I know your take is different. This is why I ask. He was talking about seed oils and how seed oils are bad for you. Canola oil is bad for you. What's your take on that?
I don't have to have a take on it because you can just go to PubMed, or you can go to ChatGPT, or you could go to Grok, you could go to whatever. And you go, give me the state of the evidence on seed oils in empirical studies. Luckily, I didn't have to do that because I actually got an education in this, so I did the PubMed searching myself. It turns out that in almost every study, seed oils are categorically better for your health than like saturated fats. It doesn't mean sat fats are bad. You can have them in moderation, but seed oils are a very healthy kind of oil, as directly studied and measured in scientific experiments by labs that were paid for by seed oil companies and independent laboratories as well. So the idea that seed oils are bad for you is what I would say like almost bordering on a hallucination that never was true to begin with at any stage of the process. So if you ever talk to someone who says seed oils are bad, you can just be like, oh, dope. So I saw a bunch of the studies, and all the studies pretty much say they're good. What do you think about that? And then they start weaving conspiracy theories that the studies are bought and paid for by corporations, which is curious that how the rest of science works, and a lot of those guys don't like science, so then I wonder why they make conclusions at all about seed oils. And if they say, well, the studies are bought and paid for, you can give them lots of other independent studies by universities that don't take money from seed oils, and they also found the same thing. Most of the studies on seed oils were conducted by, like, vegans and shit, and regular professors, and the whole gamut. Seed oils are good for your health, largely.
I mean, I'm Cuban, so I remember growing up, everything was cooked in canola oil. And I mean, like, literally everything was deep fried in canola oil. And I was
so deep frying makes your food delicious as fuck.
Hell
and
yeah.
gets the oil in there even more. So it gives you so many calories and it's so tasty that you get fat as fuck and then your health goes to shit. But it's not the seed oils doing that. If they fried it in anything else greasy and delicious, it would have the exact same effect. Because it's fried in canola oil is actually profoundly healthy. If it was fried in like butter or lard or like Crisco, it'd be worse for you. And so the canola oil is actually pretty dope. Now, a lot of the people that have a problem with canola oil, they'll say like, yeah, but it's an industrial oil. Like, yeah, and they use water to clean streets and industrial equipment. You don't stop drinking water yet. You know, dihydrogen monoxide is the chemical formula of water. Sounds scary. So seed oils are totally fucking dope as directly measured on humans. And if you think industrial processing makes food dependably bad, you just don't know enough science. There's no polite way for me to say that. I'm just kidding. There's tons of polite ways for me to say that. I don't take you fellas as running a polite show.
No. We're pieces of shit to be
What,
out there.
what are your thoughts on washing chicken? Are we still doing that?
No,
or
that's a
what?
different thing. You're not supposed to wash chicken with soap. I know you're not. I've seen people do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, there's videos of people that, I mean, it's not a joke, that wash their chicken, like their raw chicken, with soap before they cook it. There's no way that's good for you.
Alive?
No, it's
Or-
dead. They're not
I
giving it
see
a
the
bath.
dead chicken.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a dead chicken, like bathing.
The chicken's like, what's the bath for? You're like, bunk.
Bunk.
You know, I actually I know quite a few things in fitness and nutrition. Food preparation, I'm entirely ignorant on, especially like cleanliness and stuff. I think chicken comes clean when it's prepackaged at the store. So like you're probably golden.
Also,
I
when
think
you
washing
heat
chicken,
it kills everything, right?
I mean, like, ostensibly you would cook your chicken and it would kill everything that you were worried about. So I don't really know what you're washing off. My parents still think that paraffin, the stuff that they put around, they put it on apples and stuff, a little, it's like a film of fat to make them last longer at the store. My parents would peel the skin off of all their apples because paraffin was bad for you. But it turns out paraffin is like fucking inert and you just shit it out exactly the same way it came in. And like you also walk down the street and breathe in car exhaust, but apparently you got to fucking peel every apple. Also, the apple peel has way more vitamins than everything else and a huge fraction of the fiber. So you're just ditching a ton of real good nutritional value. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you get that clean freak switch in your head and you start really worrying about specific ingredients in your food, you're probably just going insane and not doing anything evidence-based. But maybe I'm wrong.
Well, that's what I was telling Mersh, is like, it's funny because, like, you know, Cubans are hilarious. Like, they smoke their entire lives. I mean, cigars are from Cuba. They eat lard in their bread. They eat butter, and they live to like 99 years old. And it's just very weird how that works, you know? I don't know if it's a genetic thing. I have no clue. Maybe we process pig better. I don't know.
It's a life of meaning and struggle, you know, because like there's two kinds of Cubans whose parents at least came from the old country and told them finger wagging stories of how fucked up shit could be if you don't work really hard. And then there's like Cubans born after 2000 and they're just entitled rich kids in Miami who are fucking just white kids who don't know any better.
Oh yeah, no,
those people probably die real soon.
My
out
parents
of just anxiety.
My mother came here. My grandfather came here. My dad was born here, but he's Cuban too. So I got all the finger wagging tales of communism. It's like the most American person I've ever met in my life was my Cuban grandfather. I mean that.
Bro.
As soon as he got here, he was, Mersh knew him. He was red, white, and blue. Like, I love America. He would go, I'll never go back to Cuba because I'm not giving that country, communist country, any money. Like, he was like hardcore. And yes, the new ones now are like, bro, like literally, dude, like I just fucking got my Lamborghini, bro. And bro, like my mom, like my father came here with no money, but now he's successful and like he just buys me shit, bro. And that's the worst.
Yeah, his grandfather was like a much more delightful Hector Salamanca.
Yeah, that's a good way.
It's hard to put together in your head.
That's a good way to describe him.
Yeah, my dad is, I mean, I'm an immigrant, so we all came here together. I was 7, but my dad was like 37. And my dad has given lots of money to the Trump campaign, all of the Trump campaigns. And he is red, white, and blue to the You will not find a more American person than my dad. If there is a civil war and one side was clearly pro-America and the other side was ideally, in my dad's head, probably like rabid Antifa leftists, there is not an amount of killing my dad wouldn't relish in doing to preserve the state of the Union. And he can't wait. So, yeah, immigrants make some of the best fucking... Isn't that fucked up? You're born in America and then immigrants do a better job at being American than you. And you're like, oh, God damn it. Well, what the fuck have I been doing with my life?
I think after a while, it's funny because I always talk about this. Like, you have like every time like there's some sort of like let's say something with Cubans or Hispanics or whatever. It's always a bunch of like white liberal women that are screaming about they deserve this, and we're like, bro, we don't care. Like, we're fine. Like, we can handle our shit. Like, it's that, what was it called? Bigotry of low expectations. And you're like, oh, yeah, sure. I got this, bro. Don't worry. I don't need your help. No, thank you. We're fine.
I think the world is united in one thing, and that is that none of us need white women speaking for us. None of us. Like, you know what I mean? You can just, it's okay. It's all right. I've got it. I'll tell the waiter I didn't like the food. I don't need you. You're fine. Sit down.
Preach. The problem is, white women think they should be speaking for you, and they don't really care that you disagree with them because it's the socio-cultural immersion of the patriarchy that really warped your mind. They know better than you what's good for you, and here's the thing, they care more. And I really do mean that. They do care a lot. And I think that white women, obviously not all white women, blah, 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 this is just jokes, blah, blah, and this gets out. I'm just, hedging my bets. I think some white women, will call them Karens, they have this mama bird instinct, and they just want to wrap their warm wing around everybody. And if that wrapping of the wing means you don't have liberty anymore, hey, at least you're safe. That's kind of how they think about it. And even if you're not willing to admit that all of your problems can be solved with a regression to socialism, they know better than you, because socialism feels like sharing, and that's all I have to know about it if my name is Karen.
Meanwhile, guys are just going up on skyscrapers and standing on steel beams, carrying giant pieces of fucking concrete on foot with like no supports.
Yeah, and there's like ladies in Vietnam that are carrying 800 pounds of nuts on their fucking head with one thing. And you're like, oh my God, she's oppressed. Like, no, she's working for a living, Debbie. Try that shit.
Seriously, they're deadlifting like 300 pounds. And
it's
they're
just
like,
regular work.
Yeah, just regular work. And they go, what do you do? What's your regimen? I work in the field. I literally work in a field. That's what I do.
Yeah, my interpretation of this is always like, when you run out of your own problems to solve because you live functionally in paradise, like modern suburban America is fucking paradise. There's no fucking crime. Nobody's coming to get your children. Did you guys know that like one of the major concerns that parents have is like their child will be kidnapped? Did you guys know that in the United States, unless it's like the ex-husband came to get their kid without permission, kidnapping almost never happens. It's just insanely rare. You can let your 8-year-old out into the average American suburb and they'll just get tired and fall asleep on a bench somewhere. How many criminals go, oh man, hey, there's this 8-year-old. You want to kidnap him? The other guy would be like, so we can get shot by SWAT? He'd be like, okay, that's fucking stupid. Also, he yells and he's annoying. You have to feed him and water him so that he doesn't fucking croak. If he croaks under our watch, we're going for fucking murder of a fucking 8-year-old. Everything is so fucking safe that I think a lot of the Karens that live in this constant safety culture, they look to people who have actual problems and they go, oh my God, we can help. And it's like, no, Karen, you don't know how to help. You're not an economist. Shut the fuck up. Go watch Netflix, chill the fuck out, and let professionals handle problems. But when you have a lot of feelings, you got to express them by destroying the lives of other people with good intentions.
It's always good intentions.
To be fair, though, I mean, kids aren't getting kidnapped anymore because if A, they don't go out anymore, they don't even go outside anymore. And
I know,
B,
that's fucked up.
They're too fat to wrestle to the ground and get in a fucking van.
They pull you into the van, they just get tired. They're like, Jesus Christ, kid, lose weight. Or I guess in your case, not, because we'll just kidnap you.
That's why they're not losing weight.
The thing is the causality there. You're completely right. Kids don't go out as much, but there's no causation there. Way before kids, it's not they're not getting kidnapped because they don't go outside.
And they're ugly.
It's that they just weren't getting kidnapped. They're just uglier.
These kids aren't as hot as they were back in my day.
I know. What is even the point? So you're like, oh, the childlike supple skin. You look at the kid, you're like, ugh. Oh my God. Never mind, kid. You're good to go.
That kid has a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, you're 10 and
what
you look like
from you? You're like nothing.
You're 10 years old and you look like you smoke.
He asked me if I had a what did he want? He asked me if I had a cigarette.
But in any case, it's not that like the kidnapping problem is so bad that we like stopped putting kids in the street. It literally is a hallucination. Kidnapping was never a major problem in the United States. And as we got into the 80s, 90s, 2000s, it got to be an exponentially almost non-existent problem. And that's precisely when people got even more scared, because this weird thing that seems to happen when you're dealing with a lot of shit, your tolerance for shit goes up. Like in the 50s, they let you go out and play, and you're like, but mom, statistically, the bullies are going to hit me with sticks. They're like, yeah, you'll fucking grow out of it. Whatever, fuck off. You're Brooklyn, you're playing around. But nowadays, because you're almost certainly never going to get in any trouble, parents like hallucinate trouble for you. There's no actual trouble. They're like, oh, we could let you go out, but maybe there's killers or demon worshippers or kidnappers. You better stay indoors. And it's like, man, back when shit was tougher, people were more realistic about the shit, which is great. Shit's great now, but a lot of people haven't adjusted their expectations, and they like still treat the world like it's fucking Paranoia City. And it's unfortunate because kids sit in front of the TV and play really fun video games and eat tasty food. Wait, fuck, that sounds great. What the fuck?
I miss breakfast cereal more than anything. Now that I'm doing macros, I probably miss that more than anything. Breakfast cereals, some Lucky Charms. Pff, please.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
My mom hoped I got kidnapped
heart health wise after, but
yeah, no, it's probably not great. But I mean, you know, whatever, they taste delicious. The thing you brought up in Florida, we have something called, it's the Amber Alert, which is, you know, if somebody gets, you know, a kid gets taken, your phone, everyone's phone vibrates. And Mercer's brought this up many times. 90% of the time, it's a dad who technically doesn't have custody.
Yeah, this kid's are either getting molested by a stepdad or a school teacher or a priest. Those are the three fucking top.
Why does it always go to molestation with you? We're talking about kidnapping. This guy's talking about molestation all the time.
Well, I'm sorry. Why else are you kidnapping kids? To take them to fucking school? I mean, what are we doing here?
I guess you're right.
I thought ransom. No
ransom.
Who's ransoming kids? No, have you seen the economy? Nobody wants their fucking kids back. Eggs are fucking $12 a carton. Keep them.
Keep the kids.
Oh my god! You're like, and also, like, to your point, you're gonna ransom the kid. You're making calls to the FBI for 12 hours. I mean, he's there for 12 hours. You might as well fuck him too, right? Like, goddamn, there he is. You know, otherwise, he doesn't even have a cool story to say. Like at the end of all of it.
Yeah, kidnapping's already a life felony. I mean, I would imagine you're gonna fuck the kid. I mean, why else are you committing some massive?
Are you saying that
penny for a pound?
I'm saying there's easier ways to get money than kidnapping a child. That's a life felony. So most people kidnapping kids, they're probably in the kid fucking business, right?
I mean,
is it really a business or more like a hobby?
It was in fucking Little St. James Island. He seemed to do pretty well with it.
Listen, I'll just cut right to the chase. Jews just do a lot of things really well, including the bad things. That's why you feel free to blame the Jews. Like, oh, Jews are evil. Like, no, they're also really good, but then they do evil. They're really good at it.
Well,
Epstein.
Our producer is actually Jewish. Is Israeli Jewish, right? Right, Pessy?
I didn't know. Oh my God! A fucking
self-hating
genocide machine.
Disgusting, right? Disgusting. Yuck.
Self-hating though, so he's one of the good ones.
Yeah, he's one of the good ones because he hates himself.
Oh, is that what I am too? You know what? Hating yourself doesn't make you good, you fucking Jew. Can you hear this still?
Hey, Pessy, he's talking to you.
Is that cool or not? I can't tell.
Pessy, he's talking to you.
I'm laughing too hard when you
Shalom, family.
Oh God, everyone calls us all. Everyone calls us. It's funny, all right, because I'm Cuban. Mercer's Irish.
I'm not white.
One of our producers is Asian. The other, he's not. He's Irish. And the other one's Jewish. It's a small world up in this bitch.
Yeah, it's like a mini Earth.
It really is. Okay,
I love the alt-right thing. I'm like, you should see the girls I fuck. That would blow your mind.
Dude,
no. Tell us.
He is and I've seen it, by the way. He is into black bitches big time. Like big time.
Yeah, I mean, I like all kinds of women, but here's the thing. Black chicks like me. That's the problem. So it's like, you know, if a chick's hot and she's black, I'm usually like, all right.
And to be fair, I've seen them. They're hot.
That's my litmus I'm kidding. The following is a joke. This is my litmus test for racism. If you're like, I don't fuck black women, you're fucking racist. And honestly, the shit is fucking real old. Shut up. It's not Jim Crow. Get the fuck out of our country.
I mean, I get invited to the cookout a lot, so I end up just fucking a black bitch.
100%. Dude, honestly, black bitches get to be fine as fuck. You feel me? And goddamn, I'm not saying no to that. What the fuck? I'm a straight man, or well, I tell myself I'm straight. Anyway, there's a lot of hot black dudes too. What? In any case, dude, if you're like straight up, you don't fuck black girls. I don't know, man. You're one of two things: fucking racist, or you're gay and you just haven't told yourself in your head you're gay. Cool. Yeah, black girls are the shit. I vote yes on proposal black girl 100%.
Yeah, and you know what they're not going to do? They're not going to be as annoying as white women. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, that is the truth, because they're not going to go out there and be like, I'm going to do something. They're too busy. They don't have shit to do.
Black chicks explode that's why they get along with Irish guys, because they explode every once in a while, and it fucking literally is like a nuclear explosion. But it's not all day with the nagging. It's like a bottle it up, and then trash the Spirit Airlines terminal because the plane was 10 minutes late.
He is Irish. He flies Spirit.
She gets mad. I probably told you get the plane here on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you don't need tasers at that point. Just draw and shoot an officer. But she was great while she lasted.
I mean, to be fair, you're flying Spirit. You have to expect a couple fistfights.
Don't they encourage that sort of thing? If you don't fuck up the terminal, are you really a Spirit Airlines customer?
No, you're not. You have loyalty. You have to actually fist fight for the big front seat now. They don't even do it with money. You have to fist fight.
The stewardess is like, go. You're like, all right. You hit an old lady in the face. She falls down. You're like, hey.
So I also know that you do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. How long have you been doing that for?
11 years or something.
Now, you're obviously a big dude. I've met you. You're a big guy.
Yeah, but I'm short.
Yeah,
not the same.
It's not the same.
Let's be honest. I never grew up.
No, but you grew wide.
I did.
So do you find flexibility to be an issue?
It could be if I selected a move set that required flexibility. Like if I was inverting, getting my legs all tangly, yes. But I have a game that my coach helped me design for my body type. And so, no, flexibility is not a concern. It's other people's problem when I'm on top of them and squishing them. But no, flexibility is not a thing. It's all just dependent on your game. So if I wanted a real bendy game, I just picked the wrong parents to begin with for that shit, and definitely made my body look a little weird.
So, yeah, I know in your videos you bring up about how, all these crazy warm-ups, you don't really need it. Just start doing the exercise in a lower weight. Do you think all that extra warm-up stuff is just wasted energy?
Yep.
Thanks.
Do you want me to extrapolate?
Yes, of course. That'd be great. You're fitting in perfectly. Everyone sandbags us.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So warming up has been tested in the lab multiple times. And as long as you start with a lightweight, do a couple sets working up to a heavier weight, and then do your first work set where you go close to failure with your target weight, you're pretty much warming up in every conceivable way that we know works through anatomy and physiology. And anything on top of that is kind of like, it's the burden of proof is on the folks saying you need to warm up a lot longer to show that there's actually a need. And there's so far all of the evidence has shown that there's seeming no need, because if you do a short warm-up or a long warm-up, it's the same either way performance-wise. And if you want to have some rationale, look, science hasn't shown it yet, but there's good reason to take longer to warm up. To people that know what they're talking about, there's also no good rationale for it. Now, there's some people have muscle pulls and old injuries that if they don't foam roll the fuck out of them, it kind of feels weird. So if you're fucked up, yeah, some shit takes longer to warm up, no problem. There's a very big difference between telling people that have a fucked up knee, you need to roll your knee out a little bit and do a couple extra single leg squats before you start going, versus telling the average gym goer, you gotta warm up for 25 minutes on the elliptical and foam roll your asshole for 10 hours before you pick up a single weight. That shit's just all fucking nonsense.
Okay, so that's good. So then I will tell my wife to stop bugging me about warming up so much.
Yeah, don't even stretch, bro. Don't even stretch. You don't even need to do that.
Calm down.
You just roll up to the gym with a Diet Coke, ready to go, like those high school kids with a fucking Big Mac and a Coke
and a Newport.
I've literally seen that at the gym where there's the high school fucking football players, and you'll see them coming in throwing a Big Mac container into the garbage, and then they just go in and fucking bench press 300 and leave. And what the fuck, man? I want to be young again. That shit was awesome.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
It's the word. And so this brings me up. My buddy that I work out with wanted me to ask you this question. He's an old, as he calls himself. So what do us olds do? Don't he put us? So now I have to bring myself into it. I'm 42. Up. What do us olds need to do to focus to focus on to best improve strength and build muscle? He brings up this guy named Atlas Power Shrugged, who basically implements old school lifts into modern strength and hypertrophy programming. That's what he's asking, I guess. What do you do when you're over 40 to try to build? Because I will say, as being 42 lifting now, the recovery time is harder, and my joints are killing me.
Yeah. So definitely pay good attention to technique. You can't just do dumb shit anymore because you're going to get fucked up. Whereas like young people either get fucked up or not. You're just almost certainly going to get fucked up. You want to make sure to warm up carefully. That doesn't mean take forever to do it, but you definitely want to warm up and don't just like put 225 on the bench and go. You know, like do the bar for 12 and then do a plate on a side for 8 and then do 225 for a set of 4 and then wait around a little bit and then do it for your first work set, shit like that. If you have some exercises that aren't feeling so great on your joints over and over, day in, day out, try to replace them with exercises that aren't doing that to your joints but kind of check all the main boxes. If your progressions are typically add 10 pounds to the bar, maybe when you're older, start adding 5 pounds or a rep every time. Be realistic. If you are getting really fatigued overall and you're like, the gym's just beating my ass these last couple weeks, it's time to take an easy week or a week off. And then when you come back, don't just put your old max in it and try to hit a PR. Start nice and easy, nice and light, warm up, good technique, push yourself, and then slowly increase the number of sets you're doing and how much weight you're doing over the next several weeks. So you basically just have to take all of the advice that modern periodization teaches us is good for everyone and actually fucking use it. Because when you're young, you can just straight up, like, here's an example. When you're young, you can ignore advice and be probably okay. When you're old, the shit starts to matter in a big way. Another easy example is drinking. Is it a good idea for young people to drink like fish in college? No, it's fucking terrible. But because they're young, they kind of just take it on the face, and well, they do a lot of taking it on the face at those parties, you know what I mean? And then they're fucking quote unquote good, or in other words, they don't have to pay the costs until fucking decades later. When you're older, you might pay the cost like that night. You have your 6th beer and you start getting a headache before you get a buzz, and you're like, what the fuck? So drinking was always a bad idea. You just, when you're older, the shit hits you harder and it's more real and it's more upfront. And also, this is a personal thing for me. I'm also 40. When you see young people doing dumb shit in the gym, so here's my last piece of advice to your friend. Don't do dumb shit. Your buddy came in from out of town. He's like, hey, man, you want to fucking max out on the bench? Don't be a fucking moron. Don't do that. You're going to tear your fucking pack off. If you're young, you do shit like that all the time. And sometimes it's fine, and sometimes we see you on the evening news. When you're in your 40s and 50s, you know better than to be on the evening news. So do the right shit. And then you will have a really awesome fitness journey and do really well for yourself. If you're doing shit that's thoughtless and dumb and kind of like in the moment, like spontaneous, don't do that. Don't do. You should know better than that.
Yeah, my buddy Patrick is, I'll say about this, he is like a stickler for like form. Like he's really, the guy who's sending the questions, like Great. Really into form. And he basically is the guy that teaches all the Zoomers at the gym. But
okay, I don't actually know what a Zoomer is.
Okay, I got you.
Out of it, generations, I don't know.
Got it.
Z. I don't know anything.
Gen Z is basically the new batch of, I would say, 18 to 20-year-olds.
They're all the retarded post-COVID kids.
Yeah, with the broccoli hair. Yeah. They all have the broccoli hair.
Those kids are great. I love the broccoli hair.
Yeah, the broccoli hair kids. You know them.
That's Z?
Yeah, that's Z. That's a Zoomer.
Okay.
That's a Zoomer.
Zoomer.
Okay. Yeah, those are called, have you ever seen someone talking about Zoomers? They're talking about broccoli hair kids.
What about the one before that?
Before Zoomers, it was Millennials?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It was Millennials.
Pretty
And
sure.
before that was Gen X. That was the cool one. Gen X was cool. Skateboarding in 90s and
Fucking
the Matrix.
flannels and heroin.
And flannels and
Pretty
heroin,
awesome,
yes.
You're like, as you're describing how cool it was, you're like, wow, it actually wasn't cool at all.
Well, I have a working theory.
Oh, yeah, no, because nowadays it's all fentanyl. Trust me, I would pay anything to go back to the heroin days.
For real. Good point.
Our working theory on the show is that Limp Bizkit caused 9/11. And there's a working theory for that. Because there's a lot of conspiracy theories. The last music video ever filmed on the Twin Towers was the Limp Bizkit video, right? And ever since then, God looked down on us and he said, wow, you made Limp Bizkit popular? I must punish you. And that's why we got 9/11.
I mean, God is wise, you know, and Limp Bizkit is also one of the greatest rap metal bands of all time, and you will be reverent with
Actually, the greatest.
Well, they're from
Correction,
Jacksonville.
the greatest.
They're from
God
Jacksonville.
probably fucked up the Twin Towers because they weren't sufficiently glorious to display Limp Bizkit.
No,
And he was like, what the fuck? This isn't even gold?
God destroyed the towers because he decided no one else was ever worthy to grace those towers in a music
Besides
video
Limp
That's a
ever
way
again.
better idea than I had. Oh, okay, I'm on your side. Facts.
No one ever.
He's like, this is the end of
It's
the
a
glory
sacred
of the
temple
Twin Towers.
now.
That's it.
We're not letting who's going to come in here? Fucking Hoobastank? Fuck out of here.
Dude, no. Like, and the fucking terrorists were like, okay, they're like, what is our like most cultured, like spiritual, sacred thing? They're like, well, Mecca and Medina. Like, okay. What about those godless Westerners? He's like, well, who do they pray to? And one guy looks it up. He's like, Limp Bizkit. Like, okay, well, where do they reside? He's like, they live on top of the Twin Towers. He's like, that's it. Fuck them.
We
Get
gotta
those
see 'em,
airplanes, blow up the Twin Towers. Though that's where their cultural leadership really displays itself in music videos on music television.
But we survived, and at the end of that, we were still playing break stuff with our Limp Bizkit flags on our cars. I remember 9/11.
You showed them.
We hey Mike, we showed them.
We showed that.
We showed them.
I was also listening to Limp
You were
Bizkit.
also-
How did I forget?
What do you listen to when you work out?
Limp Bizkit.
There you go.
Nobody listens. I know. Limp Bizkit fucks though. Okay, so
Yeah, Chocolate Starfish is a
my,
great fucking album.
oh,
workout.
yeah.
So come on, man.
the guy who runs our YouTube channel, Scott the video guy, he loves Limp Bizkit, and he has like a degree in audio engineering, and he's himself like a musician. So like Limp Bizkit's fucking sweet. Rage is fucking sweet. I don't listen to music when I work out, but if I want to listen to music when I work out, it's typically like electronic music, like psytrance, for example. If your producer's Israeli, he's gonna know what psytrance is, unless he's a lot older, and then sorry, sir.
No, he's younger.
Okay, great. So, like basically like weird electronic music that you think people would only do if they were also rolling on ecstasy. That's what I would listen to in the gym, but mostly it's just silence, man, because I got enough going on in the gym, bro. You feel me? Like there's muscles and veins and grunting and me in the mirror and doubts and painful memories of my father, typical gym stuff.
That's funny. A buddy of mine actually
too much
posted.
of that, really.
It sounds sad and erotic.
A buddy of mine actually.
It feels like both.
Actually, a buddy of mine once posted on social media because he was like, "I'm at the gym and this guy's working out, no headphones. What a fucking sociopath!"
That's probably me.
He's like, people who work out without headphones on are fucking sociopaths.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like to go back and forth between death metal and then like some Enya.
Enya's good, man.
Facts. Death metal for the end of the set, and Enya to prepare you for the next set, because
Amen.
even if you don't get your rep PR on the next set, you know that spiritually all is well.
And when I do my workouts, it's always with a happy ending because it helps you relax at the end. The problem is the other people at the Lifetime Fitness don't like that, but that's not
They're
my fault.
confused.
Yeah, well, they're confused
I
and
just
aroused.
listen to audio, two guys fucking. Just audio. Because I feel like that gets your testosterone up. Two dudes.
Yeah.
Just being
'Cause they're like-
dudes.
It's like another, like if you get like a ram, with the horns, but like you put in audio, like you put in headphones to it in a laboratory, and it's just other rams hitting each other with horns. That's to me, similarly as to you, what gay male on male, ravenous, disgusting,
Yeah, it's
sweaty,
meat on meat.
hairy, loving sex sounds like. It sounds like these motherfuckers trying to tell me they're men. Motherfucker, get out of my face. I'm a real man, baby. And then I fucking bench a shitload of reps to prove to them I'm a man too, goddammit. You can't outman me with your together at the time manhoodness.
I've always said that I think it's gayer when two dudes make out than actually when they fuck. I think the act of making out is gayer than... Because I think the fucking is more primal.
This is you defending your anal.
No.
fucking, I know
Well,
what this is.
listen.
I've heard this before.
I think kissing women is gay because like half her DNA is from her dad. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm no homo.
Damn, dude, that fucking just blew my mind.
Women are just
bro.
grown-up cum.
If I've been gay this whole fucking time, at least half gay, I've been with more than a few women. That means I fucked like 80 grandfathers by proxy or some shit.
That's a lot of dudes.
Those tits
bro.
were 50% from her dad.
Fuck.
Sorry, there you go.
The geneticists are like, actually, the nipples are 100% dad. I'm like, oh my
And
God.
you're like, that's why they're hairy. I thought it was just because she was Puerto Rican.
That's funny. He's allowed. He's allowed. I give him the pass. I give him the pass.
Out of the screen.
Yeah. It's okay. You're allowed to make those because I'm Cuban, so I also don't like Puerto Ricans. It's a warring faction. That
Jesus Christ. He's not the guy to give you permission. He's just going to get you more in trouble.
Actually,
listen, I grew up in New York and now live in Florida. No one hates Puerto Ricans more than I do. I've been dealing with them my whole life.
Basically, is what you're trying to say.
Basically, actually, our merch guy, the guy who makes our shirts, is Puerto Rican. From New York, as a matter of fact. So
that's why the shirts
so he
are
hits
always
Puerto
late.
Ricans more than everybody.
Yeah. No, that's Merch is right. That's why the shirts are always late. Oh, fuck. You see, it's fun over here. You can say whatever you want. Would have to worry about YouTube taking you down. By the way, you've said some stuff on YouTube that I am surprised.
Like what? Nonsense.
You've made some nonsense. But the jokes are funny. But like I said, keep in mind, we got kicked off, and this is true. The last strike we got, and I have the email and I saved it, was for cyberbullying Jeffrey Epstein after he died. That was what we got.
That's intense.
That's a rough one, right? Because we're like, literally, out of everybody in the world, the one person you should be allowed to cyberbully is Jeffrey Epstein.
It's not a policy, though. They have to make exceptions. That they don't do. So cyberbullying is bad, even if it's Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. And that's Mr. Jeffrey Epstein to you godless assholes. What was Epstein doing that was so bad? Providing important people the valuable service of whatever he did on that island? Come on.
We were talking about there was just got to be one guy that just
went for the catering.
Just like the catering that wasn't even into that stuff.
There had to be one guy that was not into fucking kids, but he's like, have you ever been there, dude? They do the pig with the fucking, like the apple in its mouth.
He just thought it was like an amusement park for adults. Yeah. I bet you that's most people, man. Because apparently, like, I don't even know if it's true. Stephen Hawking was on the island.
Yeah, he was.
Come on, what the fuck was he doing? He wasn't doing shit.
Oral mostly.
Oral mostly.
That whole, I don't believe a goddamn word I hear about Epstein from anybody. It's just this giant cloud of who the fuck knows what's going on.
Well, we'll never know. I don't think we'll ever really know. I really don't think we'll ever know what was really going on there.
He was running an island for the sole purpose of blackmailing international leaders and bankers by making them fuck kids and then filming it.
Well, I meant
I thought we were all on the same page here.
Made anybody
well, not make them, but
that's a good point. He didn't make.
Pretty sure they were there for that purpose.
They bought the tickets because they knew what the ride was going to be.
Listen, you don't get the super PAC money unless you fuck the kid. So they do in a way kind of force you. You don't get to be a senator or a fucking Hollywood player unless you bang one of these kids on tape, and we keep the tape.
I would love for him to like try to blackmail Bill Clinton. He's like, hey Bill, we got you on tape, fucking 8 15-year-olds. Bill's like, you know, this is my first fucking rodeo. The guy's like, all right, actually I take that back. Is there anything I can do for you, Mr. Clinton, before you get off the island? Please just don't have me killed. I know you're better at this thing than I do than I am. I just fuck with the wrong person.
Bro.
And then Hillary shows up and Epstein's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die for sure.
Bro, the fucking Clintons they're bigger gangsters than any gangster organization I think that's ever lived. Yeah, they just get people murked like all the time.
Just doing it better than everybody else.
Yeah, and then they'll sit. They're the best. Look, honestly, they have to be the best political operatives that ever were. If you think about this, we could complain about a lot of stuff. When I remember the 90s, I was pretty happy under Bill Clinton. I ain't gonna lie to you. He might have been murdering people, but I'll tell you what, eggs were cheap and the Matrix was in the movie theaters. So I'm a happy camper.
The two indices you use.
I think
good movies, sort of, and eggs existed.
Exactly, that's it. That's my only thing.
I think Obama's better because he still kills civilians too, but everyone loves him.
That's true.
Like nobody likes the Clintons. Obama's a pro.
With civilians bullshit. Muhammad al-Jihad with a fucking vest.
Yeah, or 51 Doctors Without Borders. Guys,
fuck 'em. What are they there doing? Treating Hamas? Fuck them. Level them all. Paint the fucking town red. Fuck yeah, Obama.
Oh,
fuck. Also, he's not the guy piloting the fucking drone. They just put up a fucking signature in front of him, like, "Hey, do you want to kill the guy trying to fucking plot against?"
Yeah,
the US?
it's actually some. It's actually.
Well, I mean, if I drive you to the abortion clinic, I still helped. You know what I mean?
I told you he was going to 7-Eleven, big homie. He didn't know what he was signing.
Yeah. And
also,
actually,
you did help, but it's good. Do we need that many fucking children? Fuck them. Get rid of them. Abort them. I love it. Check plus to that, too.
The person who actually killed them was some 19-year-old in a strip mall that was controlling a drone. Yeah. That shit's fucking wild now. If you're a pilot, you're just sitting next to a Chuck E. Cheese in a strip mall.
Yeah. Good. Fuck them. Behave. You motherfuckers in Yemen want that goddamn smoke? Sweet, here's a bunch of drones. You guys want to shut the fuck up and have a goddamn civil society? Or you know what? Whatever the fuck kind of society you want, stop sending people over to the Western world to kill us all. As soon as you stop doing that, we'll stop sending the drones over. Nobody wants to be there. God damn it. But get him, Obama. Where's Barry at? Bring him back.
Probably right now telling Kamala what to do. I heard he was the big dog that came in and was like, Biden, you got to get out of here because either you leave
Dude, that's
or you're
fucking
leaving.
sweet.
Yeah, the power he has is kind of wild, isn't it? Like I was reading that story about he just came in and he was like, you're leaving or we're going to make you leave.
You know, man, at some point somebody had to say it. I guarantee you it was the easiest conversation he had because, hey, Biden, you got to go. Biden's like, go where? He's like, this is easy as fuck. Just go that way. Follow that nice young man. He just fucks off from the Oval Office.
And they type something.
They go, sign this that says you are a happy person. He's like, great. I am no longer president. Whatever. Like, I won't run for re-election. I don't know. I like Biden. I like him. I love him.
You love Mr. Magoo? Like
he just, it's his, the fact that he's only ever been a self-serving politician his whole life. He knows what he wants. There's a man of
So
purpose.
at least he's
Trump's a
honest.
businessman at one point. Then he's like a womanizer. Then he's a fake politician. There's no genuine person inside of Trump. He's just whatever's going to get him attention. Biden knows to get real thick into deep state, get all up, lather the fucking armpits of deep state washed. He's a man of purpose. Well, used to be before he forgot who he was. You guys know what I'm saying. Biden's my man. I hope he runs again still. Fuck him.
a 90-year-old Biden. You're gonna vote for 90-year-old Biden.
Cyborg Biden.
Hey man, I heard you saying that you think we're gonna live forever, dude.
Yeah, I think that's likely.
You really think we're gonna
probably
get
not you
to the
guys,
point?
but me maybe.
Hey, you know what? You can fuck right. Now I'm gonna live forever. Right?
Who the
Shut
fuck
up.
wants to live forever? That sounds terrible.
I do. I'll
That
take it.
sounds terrible.
But I want to
No, it
live
doesn't.
forever
No, it
as long
doesn't.
as I live young. If I'm young, not if I'm.
Oh yeah, they'll get to that before the forever part. I think.
Okay, because I don't want to live forever, but also like be Biden's age and just be that.
That's
forever.
not really living though, is it? Huh?
No.
That's Biden's doing something. I think that's called existing.
Yeah, that's just called just slowly walking to death. Which we're all going to do unless they implant our brains into robots or they, like you said, they figure out how to reverse aging.
Yes, they already do it in some animals, by the way.
Really?
Oh yeah.
All right. Was it rats? I mean, are rats younger?
They have made several rodents live much longer and actually stop aging. They've reversed aging in like a rat eye altogether. They've successfully reversed aged skin cells. Shit is going to be popping off, fellas. This is me. Anytime I get on my fucking futurism bullshit, people always roll their eyes like, you're an insane person. And then they like pick up their cell phone, which is networked to the rest of the world. They hit up their person in Chile that they've never met, who's their best friend. They're like, you're a crazy optimist. None of this shit's real. Like, we already live in a fucking absurdly futuristic world, and electric cars and shit and pornography on my telephone anytime I need it, which is often. It's just one step in the right direction, you know?
Man, remember when you had to jerk off at a computer? That was horrible.
And the fucking shit loaded line
Oh
by
my
line. So like
God.
as soon as it got past the titties, you really started going. But then it froze halfway to the fucking the vag, and you were like, oh god damn it! You just have to pretend your way into the rest.
Yeah,
Count me out.
Opening my Netscape Navigator to jerk off on my AOL,
Yeah.
bro. Man, that was crazy. And remember before that, you
Wilderness
had to
times.
use like a Frederick of Hollywood. That was horrible. That was back in the olden days. Or your imagination. I can remember the last time I've jerked off just thinking of something. It feels crazy. I'm like, I feel like when they give a 2-year-old an iPad, so it's all they ever have. You can't ever go back.
It's tough. I have plenty of imagination jerk off experience, so I can always fucking hit it. You in the shower? I'm not putting a phone in the shower. How the fuck does that work?
No, mine's waterproof.
Get the fuck out.
I don't know. It's still working.
Do you put your tablet in the shower?
No, of course not. I mean, that's crazy.
What kind of insane person
No,
would do that?
it's my
All the time.
S5. No, because I don't care if it goes bad. It's an old phone.
Nice.
Dude, thank you so much for being on, man. I really do appreciate it.
That's it.
We're
huh?
done.
That was an hour. We did an hour, bro.
Yeah, we're
That
out of
was
here.
an hour.
Like, what'd you guys talk about? You're like, nah.
Jerking off mostly.
I had a lot of fun. You
Thanks,
guys are
man.
fucking
Yeah, man.
awesome.
Thanks for
Dude,
coming.
thank you for coming. Yeah, I told you it was going to be different. This was going to. We're definitely more comedy leaning than anything else.
Thank God.
Yeah, because this is better. Listen, people take the white pill and take the black pill, but we just basically take the clown pill. Where at this point everything's so crazy, we just laugh at it.
Fuck it. I take all the pills. Free pills. I'm a Jew. Give me fucking more shit for free. I love it. I'll eat them all at the same time. Am I going to get higher? Probably.
Not that you need our help, but Renaissance Periodization on YouTube.
Thanks.
And of course one of the best fitness influencers that I've seen. I at least for me, at least one of the funnier ones. I'll tell you that. So thank you so much. I know you're super busy, but you're welcome on anytime, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much, fellas. Hold it down for Orlando.
Yes.
And I just hit leave on the Zoom, and that's it.
And
huh?
that's it, bud. Take it easy. Go get a
Thanks,
workout
folks.
in, I'm
Take
assuming.
care. Bye-bye.
Later. See you later. And there he goes. He's